Hi folks, after my last video announcing my new partnership with Gates, if you haven't seen that, click the link up here. A few people asked me if I would show them the system being fitted to my bike, so I'm happy to oblige, and let's go and have a look. Here you can see we have the front sprocket with the usual chainring bolts and 4-bolt pattern, and here we have the rear sprocket which goes on the free hub and the belt. I'll start by placing an Allen key in the belt tensioner that Nikolai have cleverly developed to work in tandem with the pinion gearbox to allow for the suspension travel and the belt growth, the drivetrain growth. So that shows you now that the belt's slack. I'll also need to remove the belt guide at the rear, which is no problem, 1 bolt. And now we can remove the rear of the belt, and we can remove the wheel. Okay. Just slide the axle out. I'll drop the wheel down here. There's just enough space to get in here to fit the Allen key at the back. There we are. And you can gently remove those chainring bolts. It can be quite tight. So now we have the sprocket free to remove. Just twist this Allen key around a wee bit, and should be able to slide it off. There we are. And it goes over the pedal as well. Perfect. Now we just need to remove the belt, and to remove the belt, because it's locked here, I think that this is possibly the easiest point to take it out from. So I'm going to remove the pivot here. There we are. Now that the pivots are removed, you can quite easily just lift the belt up and over. No problemo. Okay, new belt on. There we are, in place. And now I can put the pivots back in place. Okay, now that the belt's fitted, we can fit the front sprocket, and I'll slip it on over the pedal, along the crank arm, and I'll actually place the belt onto the sprocket, because the belt guard that's attached to the tensioner and the gearbox here won't actually allow the belt to be removed or attached while the sprocket's in place, so I need to fit it with it in place here. Start putting back in the chainring bolts. Okay, just tighten them up. So just give them a little gentle tighten to begin with, while you go round one by one to make sure that it's seated evenly. Always use the manufacturer's recommended torque settings. Okay, that's the front sprocket fitted, ready to rumble. Let's get onto the rear. So to remove the rear sprocket, I'm going to use a cylinder gripper tool like this one that you can fit round the sprocket in order to hold it while removing the lock ring with a traditional cassette removal tool. Here I've got one clamped in mole grips, and hopefully by holding it here we can quite simply put the lock ring in there and push them apart. There we go. And that means the lock ring is freed off. And we can remove the old sprocket and fit the new one. Slightly different pattern this time, but there we go. Put the lock ring back on. All I need to do now is just tighten up that lock ring. Now when you're fitting this sprocket for the first time, you've got to be very careful that you get the alignment for the belt right. It has to be in perfect alignment with the front sprocket, otherwise it's going to wear abnormally and perhaps cause issues in terms of its operation. I've fitted this before and done the alignment, so I know that if I remove the spacers as they were and fit them back, then the alignment should be perfect. So all that's left to do is fit the rear wheel. Pull the belt round, make sure that it's fitted on. There we are, it's nice and tight. And I can refit the belt retention device back down here. There we are. Back to full functionality. Brilliant. Another thing that you've got to look out for and make sure of is the belt tension. Now, because I'm running a full suspension bike, and Nikolai have developed this belt tensioner specifically for the use with Gates belt drive, the tensioner has a spring rate in it that is designed to keep the belt at its optimum tension, even when the suspension is moving through its travel. So, as the suspension moves and compresses, that belt tensioner takes up the slack and allows it to return and continue even when pedalling with the belt at its correct tension. Here it is in action there. Carbon drive. Well, that was a fairly straightforward procedure. The only thing left for me to do is to get outside on this thing and show you with the action cam up close how it works and what it looks like when it's moving. If you've got any questions, leave us a comment below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I've got more bike videos coming in the future, and you might want to check out some of the ones that I've done in the past. Cheers! Whoopsie! You alright in there? Good!